Good day, and welcome to Queenships Podcast. And we are now live. So, I'm going live today because I went live on my main channel yesterday on a portal day, which is 12/12/24. But now I'm going live on my Queenship page. And we're gonna talk about different things. So, how yesterday was set up was it was a Q&A. Today is also going to be a Q&A. And hopefully we get some ladies in here because it's on my Queenship page. I expect more ladies to join. And today is not, it might be a portal day, but today is Friday the 13th. It's said to be a day of bad luck. So hopefully this can run up until 12 a.m. to get the transition between an unlucky day and 12:14. Because 13 to me is like it's an odd number, and 14 would be an even number. So 12:14 should be a better number. I think it'll be. I'd assume that's how it works. Now we're gonna find some music. And I'm also live on YouTube. I'm live on my Queenship page, and I'm live on YouTube. And we're gonna get into this. So a few things went across my mind, and that's age. What age should a young lady be to put her on game? Especially if she's a pretty girl. You know, you wouldn't want your beautiful daughter walking around here with young males. If years from now is worse than today, males are gonna be trying to be sexually active younger. I know guys who lost their virginity at 10 or whose virginity was taken away from them at 10. Guys who, I know a guy who ran a train, I think he was 10. Another guy who lost his virginity at 12. These are very young ages. So, and they're gonna be looking for girls either their age or older to mess around with. So when do you put on your daughters or young ladies? You know, I don't know what it's called for mom. You know how they say Bubba, and that's like the community father. And people say auntie for mother, but as a motherly woman, somebody who may not have children but who is nurturing and loving and caring, and she wants the best for everybody, whether that's adults or children. She doesn't necessarily have to have kids, but there's a responsibility for the women who have this archetype, this motherly archetype, to be a mother for other children, for young ladies. So what is an appropriate age to put a female on? Boys are gonna want to have sex with you. He can be young. They start young. They get put on young. My brother wasn't that old. He was in his single digits when he got put on, and it was in how he ties his shoelaces. Like wrap your hand around the girl, put your hand up her skirt, something like that, something like that. But he got put on real young, like 8 or something. No, I was born Muslim. My parents weren't born Muslim. My dad, he's not a practicing Muslim, and my mom, she converted over into Islam when she got married to my dad because he's a Farkhan. And my papa, my papa's the reason my dad. I believe my papa's the reason that my dad's Muslim. My papa, Abdullah, who originally was named Arthur Kenneth Simmons, is either Simmons or Simons, and then he changed his name to Abdullah Farkhan, Abdullah Kenneth Farkhan. And that's why my dad is now a Muslim. No, he has a Muslim last name, a free man's last name. Yeah, my mom and my dad got married when my mom was 24 and my dad was 34. And my mom did her best to study and all that type of stuff. And my mom is the real reason that my siblings, so my parents have children outside of their marriage. They had 3 kids together. Me and my 2 siblings are the only ones who are Muslims. Nobody who are practicing Muslims. I don't know any other Farkhan who's a practicing Muslim. So because of my mom, we've had to practice being Muslim. She would teach us what she'd study. Um, and the first primary school I went to was a Muslim school, Clara Muhammad. Now, parents, Muslim parents, strict Muslim parents, or just Muslim parents who have a standard for how they want their children to grow up, they are against the children going to public school. Now, I was only in Clara Muhammad for a year and a half. So I was a new student in a public school in P2, which is why I understand why Muslim parents do not want their children to be going to public school. I completely understand because in primary school, I was exposed to now in retrospect, I was exposed to sexual harassment. It well, actually no, it did happen to me. I witnessed it and I experienced it in primary school from little boys. Little boys were running around, dry humping little girls from behind like a game, pulling up their skirts to see what color underwear they was wearing. And one time, one of my friends, he humped me. He was chasing me, and then he humped me from behind. He was no longer my friend in that moment. And then years later, probably like a year or two later, yeah, like 2 years later, I got called into I got called into the counselor's office because I was being mean. He told the counselor that I was being mean to him, and I was questioned, why aren't you speaking to him? Why are you being so mean to him? And I was like, I don't want to say it out loud. She was like, it's fine, you can write it on a piece of paper. I'm like, I don't know how to spell it. She was like, best. I wrote down that he humped me, and then she was like, I can go. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, thank you, because I don't think I should be in trouble for having boundaries and standards as a young lady. Pardon me, I'm just making sure my YouTube set up straight. If you're coming in now, we are having a Q&A. You can ask me anything. Because my lives typically start out with nobody in here, I start off with a topic already, and I go off of that. And if you're just coming in, you can ask me anything that comes to mind. My content is usually on self-development and holistic lifestyle. I speak to women who are beautiful on the inside and out. Okay. Everybody, and then at the same school, around the same year, I had a boy like managed to like, it was how I was standing. I should never been standing like that. But I was like, I don't know. It was how I was standing. My legs were how my legs were apart, and I was wearing a skirt. And a boy laid down in the ground and scooped himself and found himself underneath my. I looked down. Tell me why I see a boy laying on the ground looking up my skirt. Public school. I didn't have to go through that when I was at Clara Muhammad. I did go through bullying, but I didn't go through sexual harassment. No, I did. See, that was P1. That was P1. And then when you get older, the sexual harassment becomes more aggressive. When do you tell females this is how you're supposed to behave around guys so that they don't do this? So they don't look at you as an easy prey. It becomes dangerous. to keep women, to keep young ladies out of the loop, to keep them ignorant about how guys are. And then it's dangerous to teach young males to behave like that. What makes them think that that's okay? And then on top of that, is it okay for young ladies to start wearing makeup? And when is it okay for young ladies to start wearing makeup? My thing is about young ladies wearing makeup is that it puts you in the mindset that you're grown. Oh, I'm grown. I can make my own decisions. I can do whatever you want. No, you can't. You're not developed mentally enough to make your own decisions and to think that you're grown. There's a psychological phenomenon. And if you don't mind, I'm going to do a quick search. I know I should have done this before I got on, but I'm going to do a quick search. There's a psychological phenomenon that happens. The same thing happens when you think of when you think about vacationing when you're at work, and when you think about work, and then you think about work when you're vacationing. Um, So when young ladies they rush the age, you'd notice when they grow up. If you've ever seen this happen before, you'd notice when young ladies rush the age. They wanna start wearing makeup soon. They wanna start wearing bras that are bigger than what they have. Start stuffing them. They want to start wearing short dresses. They want to be a woman. They want to start wearing heels. You notice that the young ladies who rush their age, when they get older, they want to act like they're young because they feel like they missed out. Then you notice when these young ladies who rush their age, they wanted to grow up fast. They started doing adult things, started drinking early, and started having sex early. You notice when they have kids, the kids have to be the responsible ones because they didn't allow themselves to go through the proper stages of maturity. They wanted to skip steps. This is my argument on, or my opinion on young ladies wearing makeup and trying to be a grown up, and you're still a kid. Just be a kid. What is the rush to grow up? And then when you become an adult, you don't know how to be a kid anymore. It's like you completely kill that part of yourself. Pardon me. We have enough time. We got 2 hours together. I'm gonna see if I can get in 2 hours. I had some topics that I wanted to touch on. Hopefully, we can get some latest in here. I know it's a bit late on a Friday. I wanted to touch on motherhood and jealousy. I didn't know that mothers can be jealous of their children, of their daughters. Like I learned about it when I was looking into narcissistic mothers or and stuff like that. Especially if the mother's single. it, the competition is more apparent. It's like we're competing for the same age, the same type of guys. Come in here, come in here. Don't be shy. It's a Q&A. You can ask anything you want. Age perception. Age perception and identity, particularly how individuals, especially young women, often rush to embrace adulthood only to later only to later long for the vitality of youth. This experience, like life is long. Life is the longest thing that you will ever do, that you will ever experience, and people rush their age. Now I need to find some music that don't have any words. Oh Lord. I should have just made it real quick. I should have just made it real quick, like an instrumental. And then it take me like a few seconds to make a song. An instrumental. Something classic. If I can't find something, I'll just make it. Age perception and identity, particularly how individuals, especially young women, often rush to embrace adulthood only to later long for the vitality of youth. This experience can be understood through several psychological concepts: age perception and identity, subjective age and age regression. Subjective age. The concept of subjective age refers to how old individuals oh, how old individuals feel compared to their chronological age. Research indicates that those who perceive themselves as younger than their actual age often exhibit better health outcomes and longevity. Conversely, a negative perception of age can lead to various health issues, including increased frailty and mental health decline. You know, I've seen people be like, oh man, I'm 30, I'm getting old, da da da. And they have more back pains and mental health issues than the person who's like who has a different perspective on aging. You know, I'm aging like wine. I'm fine like wine talking about. And I'm getting younger, you know. I've already been 11. That's my old age. 11's old age for me. I've never been 28, and that's new age. I've never been 27, so that's new age for me. I've never been 30, so that's new age for me. Age regression. This is a psychological phenomenon. This is a psychological phenomenon where individuals revert to a younger state of mind. It can manifest as adopting juvenile behavior or attitudes as a coping mechanism for stress or anxiety about aging. While some people may engage in age regression intentionally for relaxation or therapeutic purposes, it can also occur spontaneously due to distress or underlying mental health issues. And there are young ladies really rushing the age because they wanna hurry up and be older. They wanna hurry up and be an adult. And then you have mothers placating to this type of stuff, putting makeup on the children, having conversations that they should be having with their adult friends, which is very inappropriate. A child should be able to know the difference between when it's time to be your friend and when it's time to be your parent. When it's time to be, you know, there shouldn't be this where there's no lines, there's no boundary lines. So the child's talking to you like they're your child or something like that. Like they have no respect or appreciation for you. Your children shouldn't feel like they have to be the adult. They have to be the bigger person in the situation. Your child shouldn't have to feel like you don't know how to handle a situation. So I'm gonna just do it by myself. Cultural social influences. Yeah, this is another one. They shouldn't even have heels for children or makeup for kids. They shouldn't have certain things for children. It's like the inadvertently, well, not inadvertently, but there's like they're trying to expose or influence young ladies to grow up faster. It's like, oh, act your age, but there's so much pressure for young ladies to grow up, to be the mature ones, and then get blamed for everything when they become adults. Cultural, social, and social influence. KGOY. Kids getting older, younger. This term describes a trend where children and adolescents adopt adult behaviors and interests at an early age, influenced by media and societal pressures. Oh, look, sorry, that's it. As they grow older, there may be a nostalgic longing for the simplicity of childhood. This phenomenon highlights how societal expectations can shape perceptions of age and maturity. Like what is societal's perception of maturity? Is it being able to buy stuff? Is it being able to move out and be on your own? Is it being able to dress skimpish? What is maturity? and then not take accountability, doing all those things. You can do all those things, but you can't teach yourself how to learn, and you don't want to be held accountable for anything that you do. Okay. Impact of societal social media. Pardon me. The rise of social media has intensified pressures on young individuals regarding appearance and lifestyle, contributing to a desire to conform to adult ideals prematurely. This can lead to regret or dissatisfaction with aging when individuals realize the burden associated with adult life. Yeah, this might be the Peter Pan syndrome, like where they have to be responsible, and it's like, I don't want anybody, I don't want to be responsible. I want, I'm gonna call my mom so that she can do it. I'm gonna call my dad so she can do it, or I'm gonna get in a relationship with somebody who's more responsible than me so I can just put all my responsibilities on them. And then if anything goes wrong, but it was my responsibility, I'm gonna place the blame on somebody else. So I don't. So nobody thinks to hold me accountable. Psychological mechanisms. Stereotype embodiment theory. This theory posits that societal stereotypes about aging can influence individuals' experiences of aging. Negative stereotypes can lead to poor health outcomes, while positive attitudes towards aging can promote resilience and better health. You know, I think people perpetuate a reality of bad health. Like, oh, aging comes with injuries. Aging comes with pain and cracking in your bones and joint pains and inflammation and cellulitis or hair loss or whatever the case may be, or you lose your teeth. This comes with aging, but it doesn't. It doesn't have to. There was a study where a guy, he studied, it was either a 50-year old. So he studied one 50-year old and another 50-year old. Same age, different outcome. One 50-year old was who he can still do push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, go for an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour long run without like it feel like he's about to lose his, like his lungs about to drop to the floor. Like he was fit. He can stand for long hours. He can have a conversation. He was still into, like, he didn't have any like memory loss or he didn't have no dementia. His mind was still sharp. His body was still strong, and he was in his 50s. Man, he started another man who was in his 50s. He had mental decline. He was in a wheelchair. He was wheezing and coughing up his lungs and all that type of stuff. So what's the difference between same age, different outcomes in life? What's the difference? One, he kept reading, he kept working out, he never gave up on himself. He didn't allow himself to regress. He didn't allow himself to give up on his health and all that type of stuff. He stayed on top of himself. A better memory than a person in the 20s or 30s. Then the other guy, he didn't read, he didn't work out, he didn't eat healthy. He wanted to live life to at the edge every day until all that caught up to him. Mindset intervention. Research suggests that interventions aimed at altering one's mindset about aging can have significant effects on physical and psychological well being. For example, programs designed to foster a youthful mindset among older adults have shown promise in improving their overall health and self perception. In summary, the phenomenon where young women rush into adulthood only to later yearn for their youth is multifaceted, influenced by subjective perceptions of age, cultural pressures, psychological mechanisms, and societal stereotypes. Understanding these dynamics can provide insight into the broader implication of aging and identity and health and mental health. This is why I feel like we should allow our kids to be kids. Yes, have certain responsibilities like washing their own dishes, clean up after themselves, learning how to take care of themselves, self care, routines, having, implementing routines in the day, learning how to learn, like learning financial literacy and, and boundaries and self respect and, not being afraid to speak up for yourself, being assertive, understanding that authoritative figures work for you. It's not the other way around. You don't have to be scared to correct an authoritative figure like a teacher. But also allowing them to be kids. Play outside, play hide and go seek, teach them a new game, make a fort with them, you know, have them tag along, riding a bike outside, playing football, getting active. They should get all that out of the system so that they can mature as they should instead of prematurely aging prematurely, so that they don't have to make up for lost time when they get older. You're more likely to make irrational decisions when you rush in age. You're more likely to make irrational decisions when you rush in age. There's no need for a young lady to want to be an adult, want to be a grown up, want to wear makeup, want to rush her life. There's some things like, how kids are like, oh, you still sleep with your blankie? Oh, you still watch this movie? Well, I don't believe in telling, I don't believe in lying to my kids. Santa Claus is not real, Tooth Fairy is not real. I don't even know why we have rules where we trade a tooth for $1 or something like that. Why? I don't even know why we do that. So I stop doing stuff like that. And then on top of that, I don't celebrate Christmas. So I don't see myself telling my kid that Santa Claus exists either. I don't know what else. Oh, bunnies don't lay eggs. So I think life is more exciting. I think life is exciting. I think life is already exciting. So I don't see a need to make up a whole bunch of fairy tale, blah, blah, blah nonsense. For what? For why? Why are we doing that? Why is that a tradition? And why is it a tradition that we need to pass down? We need to be passing on things like a shoe and stuff that actually is real, that actually existed, that actually benefit them in the long run. I think kids should learn how to cook too. They should have responsibilities, but they should just be allowed to have friends over that the parents. I thought I'd put this on loop. Kids should know how to cook, wash their clothes, and all that type of stuff. They should be independent by the time they hit 14, so that you're not always worrying about your kids burning down your house when you're not home. Because you're not always, oh, and they need to learn how to pray. I like this one quote where it's like, I'm not going to always be around, but God will. Then you read the sacred text. And I see myself having a library in my house. So we're going to have many sacred texts. We're not just going to have the Quran. We're going to have the Quran, the Bible, Torah, the Hebrew, Buddhist texts. We're going to even have some witchcrafts, books on witchcraft, because they need to learn spirituality and whatnot. They need to learn voodoo. Because I have a holistic approach to life. They need to know all that stuff. They need to be well endowed when it comes to faith. When it comes to the faith, some people are like, oh, you can't plan your children's future. Yes, you can. Those people, to me, they just don't have no plan. They themselves have no plan. And they do not only need to know how to cook, but they need to know how to eat and what to eat, how to feed themselves. Portion sizes, eating according to your blood type, whatever they need to know, they should get taught as soon as possible. I think my daughter needs to know about how boys move and how they think when she's old enough to understand what I say. So 7, 7 seems like a great age. So it seems like a good age to start. I'm not in a hype mood today. I was going to talk about secrecy because people think if you're silent, if you move in silence, you're secretive, you're sneaky. That suggests that you are in the need to know. You don't need to know my business. If I'm keeping a secret from my man, if I'm keeping something that my man needs to know away from him, that's a secret because his and he need to know. But if I'm keeping a secret or if I'm holding something to myself, moving in silence, that's me exercising my right to privacy. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with you. What do my moves have to do with you? For you to think that I'm keeping secrets. For you to suggest that I'm keeping secrets. No, I'm doing me. Like what? What does doing me have to do with you? You're not entitled to my business. I was thinking about talking about Mother Moon. What about Mother Moons? I don't even really talk to my mom. She said to me it was messed up what she said to me. She was invalidating my feelings. She told me that I have no right. Something along I don't know verbatim, but she was basically saying I have no right to be upset with her. She kept kicking me out. She kicked me out twice. Why would I not be upset with her? Over things that I don't even think of that serious. It's not like I brought a baby home or it was not like I was disrespectful or failing in school, skipping school. It wasn't like I was like a juvenile delinquent. I don't even know the I don't even know the reasons I got kicked out. I got kicked out twice. And it's like she kept making it seem like I ran away, but she would tell me that I need to leave. The first time she told me that I need, what she's telling me. I remember last time she was like, I need to find somewhere else to stay, but she made it seem like I ran away, and that was like I was in my 20s, like 23 or something. And then the first time was when I was 16. And then she told my auntie or my cousin that if they were looking for me, they couldn't find me, and they was telling people that they were gonna call the police and report me missing. But you kicked me out there. You thought I was gonna stay after you kicked me out? And then the last time, this that was the last time. I ain't been back since. I ain't been at my mama's house since. It was obvious that she was she wouldn't prioritize me at all. Like she was saying, "Oh, we're cutting costs," and she was like, "How much electricity?" Because I had an electric bike, because my motorbike cut out, and I left it to my uncle because my uncle was like, because I was gonna take it to a mechanic to get the mechanic to sort it out. I had the money. I was just gonna get it fixed and be on my way. My uncle was like, don't give your bike to them people. I got it. I will sort it out for you. I still ain't seen that bike. It's been like 3 years, 3 4 years. I still ain't seen that bike. And my mama, she she was like, what are you gonna do about your bike? And I was like, I'll figure it out. I was patient with my uncle. I trusted my uncle. Still ain't seen that bike. I was like, I'll figure it out. My daddy got me two bikes, two motorbikes. And my mom, she was like, what's taking him so long? Shouldn't take him so long to get you the bikes. I lived with my mama. She weren't helping me out. She was nagging me. She weren't helping me. And then my back went out. She was like, when you gonna get back to work? When you gonna start working again? I couldn't rest. My back went out and I can't rest. I'm her putting all this pressure on myself to get back to work. And I literally, I had muscle spasms. I had a pinched nerve. And it didn't seem like nobody was concerned about me. They knew what I was going to do, but it didn't seem like nobody cared. And then my daddy got me an electric bike. Before he got me the motorcycles, he got me an electric bike. And one day my mama came to me and was like, and I was in a financial, like I was struggling financially, and people kept taking food from me. And her struggling, for taking food from me. And then I got down to my last meal, and I started eating. And my mom was the one who took some eggs from me. I remember that. She didn't replace it. These people would take from me and wouldn't replace what they took. Use my bike, wouldn't no, listen. My family used me, and then when I was useless, you think anybody came to check up on me, see how I was doing? One day my mama came to me and was like, "We're cutting costs," and I would use that bike to get to work. I'll use that little electric bike to get to work. I couldn't work my other job because I needed my bike for that job. It was a delivery service. I couldn't work my other job because my back went out. I worked at the army. So the only job that I had, and then I graduated, so I wasn't a student employee no more. The only job that I had was a teaching job at the time. I had like four sources of income. The only job I had left was a teaching job. And she's like, "Oh, when you gonna get back to work?" She didn't consider the teaching job a real job because it was like I would work like once a week. It was an after school program. for an organization. She didn't consider it a real job. And then one day she was like, what kind of cost? How much electricity does your bike take up? And I felt this type of rage towards her. This passive, it was passive because I can't say nothing, I can't disagree, I can't talk back, I can't have my own opinion because I'll get kicked out. So I had to take shit. I had to live in the house and eat shit every day, almost every day. I didn't know your mother could be jealous of you, and how mothers would really treat their daughters. I'm not a yes man. I do what I want. My mama can't tell me what to do. She lied to me. All you gotta do is lie to me once, and I stop listening to you. She lied to me when I was 15, and this is why my concern is when do you put women on? When do you put young females on? She told me I can't hug HUG. I can't hug boys because I'll get pregnant because I'm extremely fertile. So for people who are like, oh, you shouldn't, I blocked my mom off of all social media platforms. She's not allowed to have easy access to me. She lost that privilege. One time I, I felt like I poured my heart out to her and she dismissed my feelings. Oh, I've been through worse. Because you've been through worse, you're gonna invalidate me? Then I told her that my one of my brothers used to bully me and torment me. She told me that I let him. I was a kid. No, she's not allowed to. She's not allowed to have easy access to me. She has to go. She has to talk to my daddy to talk to me, to reach me. And she's so foul. She used one of my. I think it was my uncle's funeral at the time. No, my auntie. My auntie passed away, and she tried to use that as an excuse as to why I should have her on social media. I should unblock her. Oh wow, if I could reach you, you would know. You would have known that it's your auntie's funeral on Saturday. Your auntie's funeral was on Saturday. You would have known that she passed away the other day. You're still not getting unblocked. This ain't about you. She's making it about her. She was like, oh, you dissed me. I'm like, how did I diss you? You blocked me off of social media. That's not me dissing you. That's me setting a boundary. And you're still trying to throw barricades at the wall that I put up for you. A special wall just for you. Everybody else gets a door. You got a wall. Because if I let you in, you're gonna try to use me. You're gonna try to hurt me for fuel, for whatever reason. The last time she kicked me out, it was I wasn't trying to be nice to our boyfriend. I thought he was weird. He looks creepy. He's ugly. I don't know what he's saying. It sounds like mushmouth. And I asked him. I wasn't being polite. I'm not gonna front. I wasn't being polite. I told him to move his bike. Yeah, I didn't ask. I told him to move his bike. Well, I might have asked. I don't know. Because I was irritated. Because where he put his bike was what got me. Why is it behind the wall? Why isn't it where everybody else parks the bike? Are you trying to sneak around? in broad daylight. She lied about her other boo thing, another ugly creature. Like, how could I have respect for a woman who behaves like a child? Bringing all these guys around, and they ain't even worth nothing. They ain't even worth anything. They're not worth the price of rice. And I'm like, where does she find these guys? The dock on a Tuesday afternoon? I said, I'm gonna move it myself. I was gonna throw it on the ground. I was gonna move his bike and throw it on the ground. It was blocking my bike, and I had to go to work. And here's her painting the kitchen, and it's like, don't you see me doing something? I was like, okay, I'll move it myself. Then my mom was like, I'll move it, cause she don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not. I'm not scared of these. I'm not scared of him. The worst thing you could do is kill me, and I fight for mine. I fight for me. Put your hands on me. I'm not. You're gonna have to call the police on me. I don't care for your life. You don't mean nothing to me. Then my mama told me I need to find somewhere else to stay. She said something about love. I laughed. I'm like, you have to know love to feel love or something like that. I was so mad I ended up speaking Spanish. I was like, no puedo. She was like, I need to behave or something like that. And she's always standing up for these bums. She's always she's always standing up to these bums against me. So no, I don't have my mama on social media. The last video I put up, I said I'm not above blocking family. I'm not above blocking family. I'm all for it. My mama and my brother's blocked because they're disrespectful towards me. For what? I need a good reason to be shat on by my family. Honestly, give me a good reason. Tell me how different I treat you compared to how you treat me. Tell me that I've effed you over. Tell me that I've disrespected you. Tell me that I've abused your trust. Tell me that I've disappointed you and I'm unreliable. You can't rely on me. Anytime you call me, you can't even call me for nothing because I'm never there for nobody. Tell me that. Tell me. Tell me how deserving I am of disrespect. These type of people will never see themselves. This is why I block them without no explanation. You're blocked because I don't need you to have easy access to me, and that's it. I don't need to give you no reason. I don't need to give you no explanation because even if I give you one, you're not gonna get it or you're not gonna respect it. So miss me with it. Maybe people have had a good relationship with the family. That's very fortunate for you, but not everybody has that story. That's why I'm not even worrying about the family that I came from. I'm more focused on the family that I'm creating than the one that I came from. I'm working on building a foundation with my man. Now, me and him both have baggage that we need to sort through. A lot of it we're gonna get through together. Most of it we're gonna get through it by ourselves. Some things I don't want to bring to him because he might have his own luggage. He might have his own baggage. Some things I'd rather deal with myself instead of taking it to him. We both may not have all the answers for one another. I do the best I can. I don't know his life to a T. He doesn't know my life to a T in order to give a correct analysis. We're both analytical. We're both givers and helpers and all that type of stuff. And that I feel like we both deserve one another. To live a life with a family who just took from you, took my money, take my bike. When I say no, why take my bike? My bike has been stolen. One of my mama's exes took my bike because I refused to give him the key. But my mama had a spare key in her room. I went outside, my bike is gone. My sister stole from me. She took some money from me. And every time I go in my room, something turns up missing. And then I find it in somebody else's room. I don't take nothing from nobody. Even when I find my stuff, I don't take nothing from nobody. I stay in my own lane, or I try to at least. She can't. You live with these people. I live with a whole family. I kept my head down. I stayed quiet and I stayed in my room. Because there was always confrontation. There was always conflict. Somebody's always got a problem. Nobody can handle the truth. Why would a fight start over how somebody cleans something, or oh, you left your dishes, or something small, something so small? Why would there be a fight over something so small? I eventually started getting tired. I worked too much to deal with crap. I worked too much. I've been working since before I was 14. And I come home to be treated like crap, be unappreciated, be taken advantage of. I'm one of them, what you call an outlier. Nothing like my family. On purpose. If I bring up something, they're gonna either try to outtalk me, try to tell me I'm wrong, try to dismiss what I'm saying. But I found a man who's extremely intelligent who appreciates my opinion. You know how foreign that is to me for a man to appreciate my opinions and not get dismissed, not made to feel like I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm talking about. Not to be ignored and made to feel like I'm invisible. I found somebody who wants to pour into me. See a difference in where I came from and where I'm headed. I'm not worrying about my family. I wouldn't wish harm on them, but I'm not gonna allow myself to be disrespected. I'm not gonna allow myself to be mistreated. I'm at a point in my life where I'm refusing to go to family reunions. I ain't got nothing to say to nobody. I'll probably go to my daddy's family reunions if I get invited, and that means that is. Because if I don't know about them, then I'm I'm grateful that I don't live with them anymore. We all started moving out one by one, and I had predicted that there will come a time when we will all see who was the problem. Because now that we're all our own individuals and we're not surrounded by each other's energy and we're not taking on, because I'm an empath, I take on other people's energy. Now that we're not all in the same place, we allow ourselves to become more ourselves. I lost a lot over the past few years. But after I moved out, I gained myself. I became more than I ever would have in that household. I had a fear of success because I felt like I didn't belong. And I really hope somebody listens to this because I think some of what I talk about, or all of what I talk about, many may not agree, but I think a lot of what I speak about is building. I'm very humble. I'm very humble because I've seen what my self awareness, I've seen how people feel around me. A lot of people don't know themselves. But if you know yourself and you're great, you set out to do something and you achieved it. You said something that nobody knew what you was talking about, but then that ended up being a revolution. That the behind on. You end up being yourself in front of the right person, and now you're loved, and you have somebody who wants to commit their life to you, to devote their life to you. Somebody who appreciates me. And I feel the same way about them. All things started to go right when I moved out. All things started to go right when I moved out. They wasn't wishing the best. They didn't want the best for me. Because if I had a loyal family, because this is how energy works. If I had a family who was loyal to me, who loved me, who wanted to see me achieve something in life, I would have. I would have never lost everything. I lost my bike, my back went out, my computer broke down, I lost my account, the bank terminated my account all in the same year. I lost my I lost job after job after job. The teaching job, they ended up letting me go because they couldn't afford to pay me. God took his time with me. Throughout this time, it sounds like a mess. It sounds like I should be upset. But God took his time with me. And it's just easy to say he, God as a he. I understand where it's like God has no gender, but it's just easier to say he. I've been put in a situation where I've been allowed to see my own worth. Coming from a situation where I felt worthless. I didn't even feel like I deserved respect. I was groomed for narcissists to take advantage of me. I didn't feel like I deserved respect. I felt like I had to prove myself worthy of love. And if there was no love in the relationship, I felt like it was all my fault. I need to try hard. I'm not working hard enough. Not even realizing that it was a one sided relationship. It was a one sided effort being made. Not realizing that it's me holding up the relationship. And then when I take a step back and sit down in the relationship, nothing moves. The relationship is stagnant. And the only thing moving is me. The only person putting effort into the relationship is me. I was so programmed that I didn't even notice. And then the right person fell in love with me, and then my price went up. I'm like, damn, my price has been low this whole time. I had somebody trying to negotiate a lower price. What? What? $2? This is Dior. Yeah, but it's too expensive. But it's Dior. And this is a Dior collaboration with Hermes. But it's too high. The price is too high. I need you to drop the price because I can't afford it. That sounds like a you problem, boo. Oh, this is a horrible place. Everything's overpriced. This is this is Armenian leather. I don't know if I'm saying that right. this is what's it called? It's not a flamingo. It's a different type of bird. It's not a cockatoo. It's those big birds. It's a huge bird. It's black and white with the what's it was in one of Kevin Hart's jokes. He was like, "You don't even know what it is. Why would you throw a pan at it when you don't even know what it is? Anybody know what type of bird? They're big birds. I don't know. Because it's scratch resistant, fabric, waterproof. Is it the O? Ostrich. It has to be ostrich. It is. This is ostrich. This bag is made out of ostrich skin. Yeah, but it's $1,500. Well, if you can't afford it, you're going to have to go to somewhere that's cheaper and more affordable for you. You'd have to go to somewhere that's somebody else that's more affordable, more in your price range. So if you want a $2 bag, you need to go to a $2 shop. Trying to talk me out of my worth. Trying to talk me out of my value. But I've been told I'm a $2 bag for so long. I'm a Dior bag collab with Hermes in a $2 shop. Then somebody, an enthusiast, a collector can buy outraged. But they paid the $2 and they put it up for auction. The right person fell in love with me, and then my price went up. Or I went back to what it originally was. I just now realized my worth and my value. See, this is what happens when you're premature and you have children premature in your teens when you're still developing, when your mind's still developing, when you still got time to grow up. You end up competing with your daughter. Now your daughter's got to grow up and mature. I don't wear independence like a badge of honor. It's a declaration. I had to grow up. Now I enjoy. Now, like they were saying, like I read before, it's nostalgic. I do things that are nostalgic to me. I don't mind getting that this candy is called violets. It's nostalgic. Watching certain shows and movies is nostalgic. Going to the playground is actually healing to go to the playground. The playground, the swing set, the seesaw, That wheel or something is in. Um, it was a part of African holistic health, and it's also nostalgic. Rolling down a hill is nostalgic. Allowing myself to be a kid is nostalgic. It's healing. I have to do stuff like that because I wasn't allowed to be one. I had to grow up quick. I had a lot of responsibilities, but I don't. I mean, I did have a lot of freedom. I did have a lot of freedom growing up, but there's something about my childhood that's like, maybe it's the neglect, where I could legit do whatever I want, unsupervised. I would highly suggest anybody to go to therapy. It's very healing. It helps. Some people don't want to go to therapy because of stigma. They call therapists shrinks and whatnot. There's like this negative connotation to go in to seek mental um, help. But I would highly suggest anybody to go to therapy. I wish I was being sponsored by BetterHelp, but that was a place that's where I went to go to therapy because it's really convenient. They have real therapists. You can they do an assessment at the beginning, and they assign you a therapist that suits your needs. And if you're struggling mentally, emotionally, I would highly suggest that you go to therapy. OnlyFans or on Instagram. I didn't know they allowed this type of content on Instagram. See, I said last video that I do not judge. I have OnlyFans on my business page because I was watching what's it called, Fresh and Fit. I was watching Fresh and Fit one day. And I didn't like how they was talking to the ladies, so I followed them to see how they benefited from Fresh and Fit, how they benefited from that podcast. I don't want to inadvertently promote that show on this channel, but there's this podcast and they have OnlyFans girls on there, and I don't like how they speak to them, and I just wanted to, you know, keep track of the women that were on that podcast. So that's why I have OnlyFans girls on my on Instagram. Ostrich. Ostrich fat fabric. But yeah, I may end this early. I can't wait to travel like a big girl. I've never traveled alone, and I don't intend on traveling alone. If I was to go on a girls' trip, it would have to be with women who have husbands because I don't do the whole um, casual sex. I don't do the casual stuff. I don't. I think it would be like a mature vacay type thing. I think that's more my vibe. Might end up going to a soiree or something, working out together, going to a spa, something. I don't know, something cute. And because the only women I consider friends are basically all across the world. I barely have any friends who are local. One's in Canada who's from Lebanon. One's from South Africa who lives in the UK. And there's another chick that I didn't even get her name. But I thought she was really cool. I met her at an investment session. And we were the only two young. We were the only two that were in our 20s. And it was very few colored people. Like literally four, like a handful of colored people. And we were probably the only two young people there. I'm trying to find some good Dubai videos. I think people tend to do. I don't want to find anything coming. I don't want to watch anything coming. Some people go to different countries to do the same thing that they do in their own country. It's just the scenery is different. Maybe the culture, so the food is different. So we haven't had anybody come in yet. I'm gonna talk like I'm in the future, right? So right now on YouTube, I am the only person watching. On Instagram, there's nobody there. So it has one view, and that's me. I know, right? It's crazy. But you gotta start from somewhere. You gotta start from somewhere. Who remembers the Notre Dame? I didn't like the I know it was old fashioned, but I didn't like the staircase. I'm claustrophobic. Should we talk about stalking? And this is another reason why I exercise my right to privacy. There are people out here who do not have their own identity or personality. So I lately I've been moving in a way where you know about me doing the thing when I'm doing the thing. I don't do that many heads up unless I have a schedule put in place and I'm practicing my marketing skills because there are just certain things that you advertise in advance, you market in advance, and then there are other things that you keep on your know because there are people who legit will take your idea, who would emulate you, take it for the try to be like you, try to talk like you, and it's actually quite frustrating when you have people who are trying to ruin your reputation while also trying to copy you. And I don't like to give attention or any light to those type of people. I like to allow them to feel like they're insignificant because you have to be insignificant to not have your own personality or identity to manifest and actualize. And then you'd have to think that I'm more significant if you copy me. You know, you try and bring me down to your level while trying to copy me. That's, to me, it's pathetic. Somebody find a euphemism for pathetic. Comment down below what the euphemism means for pathetic. It's shameful. I'm not out here trying to copy you. I don't want to be you. I don't want to, like, I don't want your life. Your life actually seems quite boring and sad. If it was exciting, then you wouldn't have to copy anybody. You would be the trendsetter. You'd be the icon. Everybody would want to be trying to copy you. There'll be people out here trying to be you. But yet, you chose a life of mediocrity. You chose a life of low maintenance. I ended up in a life of low maintenance. Like I said, I lost everything. And I've had to live a low maintenance life by default. And it's depressing. I can't go to the spa when I feel like it. I can't go to the. If I wanted to go to therapy, I actually like therapy. I can't just go to therapy. I can't go to physiotherapy. I can't just go to the healthiest restaurant on an island. I can't go to the health shop. I can't get supplements. Can't just go to the hospital. Can't get my hair done. I'm gonna go into the hairdresser since I was a kid. I'm gonna go to the hairdresser so long I don't even know how to take care of my hair personally. I mean, I have had to learn over the years. Ever since I got it cut, I've had to learning all the words like low porosity and what that means, and hair cuticles, if that's what it is. Hair cuticles always. I didn't even know my hair type. I didn't know I was a 4C. That's how long I've been getting my hair done. I didn't know that there was hair types. My sister put me on because she's always had natural hair. My hair was always pressed, perm, type of stuff. I don't know if my sister's ever really been to the hairdresser like that. My mom didn't want to do my hair. I guess it was too much for her to do my hair. I think my sister got my daddy's hair or something like that. Because my hair is nutty. Like I said, the 4C. For those who stayed this long, thank you. We're almost at 12 a.m. We're almost into the next day. Thank you for joining me and sticking with me through Friday the 13th, an unlucky day. Moving into a new era, moving into a new day, moving into new energy. To leave behind the unlucky days and then enter into a lucky day together. Every day is a good day if you allow it to be. And for those who think that I've complained, I've been, yeah, complaining throughout this um, video. I don't complain. I'm just speaking about what I've been through, my experience, the questions that I have. When should you put a young lady on? When should you tell her about the ugliness of the world? It's not just lollipops and rainbows. You hinder your child when you refuse to educate them on human nature and human behavior. Teach them about jealousy. Teach them about young men and how they aren't taught. Some young men aren't taught to be gentlemen. They're taught to be players. I don't mind a child to be taught how to be responsible, but for them to be rushing the edge instead of appreciating it, that will soon come back around and bite them. We left off by talking about mediocrity. Refuse to be mediocre. Because a mediocre life is depressing. And you might end up like that 50-year-old man who's looking out the window with back pain, dementia, health issues coughing up his lungs at 50, which isn't that old. 50 should be middle aged. But we're considered middle aged when we just started to live. 40 is our prime. 40 is when we're supposed to be in our prime. And then we're wasting away our youth. Not leveraging our vitality and our youthfulness. That's an advantage. You can get a lot more done because you got a lot more energy and you can bounce back faster. You're more resilient when you're young, physically. It takes longer for your body to repair itself the older you get. Oh, and jealousy. Jealous, jealousy is a good one. You know, I don't look at beautiful women and I'm like, ugh, who does she think she is? She thinks she's not that cute. She's not that pretty. Her hair is not even that nice. Why is she wearing makeup at the beach? Why is she wearing makeup at the gym? Why? Why she's got those shoes on? She thinks she's cute. She thinks she's all that. She thinks she's better than everybody. Who does that? For why? To just sit here and hate people for being better than you. It's not the fault that you chose mediocrity. She's working out, she's eating right, she's fit, she's skinny, she's pretty, she's beautiful. She takes care of her hair. Why don't you take it as inspiration instead of a threat to your full sense of self security? Because if your self esteem was real, you wouldn't be threatened by beautiful women. You'd be inspired. 11:55 on the clock. 11:55 on the clock. I was told that the algorithm favors beautiful people. One day I'll come on here and maybe show my face, but this is faceless content. I want people to support my content because of the information that I share on my content. Because what I push on my content, beauty from the inside and out, not because of what I look like. Excuse me. If you're coming in on the rerun, please leave a comment. in the comment section. Tell me when you think you should put young ladies on. How old should young ladies be when you tell them about the world? When you tell them about the ugly in the world? I think it should be as soon as possible. There's some people that think 14 is too young. I had this I didn't know her. She's friends of my auntie and uncle. Her daughter was talking to some boys. And I was like past 10. And I'm like, you shouldn't be talking to boys at this time. And she was like, and why not? I'm like, because this is booty call hours. And my auntie was like, she's too young to know about all of that type of stuff. But these young men don't think they're too young to be asking for boob pics. We gotta make it make sense. We want females to hold on to the purity, but boys are being taught as early as 8 how to play females, how to play the game, losing the virginity at 10, 12, 11, before they even hit puberty. We hit the 12 mark, 2 hour mark. Thank you to those who came and joined me today. And for whatever time you watch this, I'm recording this on Friday the 13th. It's now Saturday 14th, 12, 14, 24. Even sounds like a lucky number, 12, 14, 24. And I appreciate those who stayed to the end. And I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.